Well, here we are again with the Parkway Grill 1standtrn High School Football Roundtable. There's two of us here. We're missing Andy Newberry, who knows everything about Ryder, and I know very little because he's seen them play. But we're in the second week of the playoffs now, and looks like we're going to have we may have some teams advancing on even further this week.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance a lot of our teams are going to win this week. Our teams did really well last week too, you know.
Kind of surprising on some of them.
Yeah, there were some games that kind of thought were maybe teams were underdogs a little bit, or toss-up games like Electra had a big win, and Quanah was a little bit of an underdog. They came through with the win, and so Nakona I think was the biggest surprise.
Yeah, I think in Crowell, you said in your story this morning the first time since
86, 85, one of those.
I was thinking 83, but anyway, it's a long time.
Yeah, they beat Munster. They beat Munster when it's their first six-man playoff win. So
that's amazing. We've still got a lot of teams left, and if there's some things work out just right, we'll have rematches next week.
Yeah, I mean, Electra needs to win coming up tomorrow night, but if they can win, Windthorpe should take care of business, and they'll play each other again. Holiday and Nakona, if they win, they can play each other again. And this isn't a rematch, and both teams are kind of underdogs this week, but Seymour and Quanah could play each other if they were to win their games this week. So Memorial Stadium might be pretty hopping next week with MSU.
This whole town could be very hopping because we'll have the Fantasy Lights basketball tournament going on with 62 teams coming in for that.
And MSU will be playing at home, and we could have a couple areas.
I want to get to restaurants early on those nights because there's going to be a lot of people in our town, which is good for our town, especially on Black Friday and the biggest shopping day of the week. So I don't know if they'll be doing much shopping, but they may come to our mall and spend some money. That'd be nice. How about Ryder first? They're playing the El Paso team. Anytime I see an El Paso team in the playoff, I write it down as a loss.
For the El Paso team.
For the El Paso team. I write it down as a loss. El Paso is a really good soccer area, but it's not a very good football area. If anybody from El Paso wants to call in and gripe about this, I can go back and show you the records.
Yeah, they haven't fared too well. They're kind of like Fort Worth. A lot of those Fort Worth teams.
The inner city Fort Worth.
They're not very good either. It seems like when the playoffs hit. But Andy said that this El Paso team is more of a power team than a finesse team. I think they have a running back with about 1,500 yards or so, and they have a 1,000-yard receiver. It's just one of those things. No common opponents. They don't even come.
Ryder wins by about 4-3.
Yeah, I mean Ryder should comfortably win the game.
And if they win that, then they'll play. I think they go to the Ventureplex, probably in Birdville, somebody like that.
Well, no, Birdville I believe got eliminated. It's looking like Killeen. Killeen's playing somebody, and I can't tell you who they're playing, and I should. But Killeen is the favorite this week in that game, so they'll be playing Killeen before they get.
Beat Granbury. I didn't realize that was the way. I thought they got the Birdville type thing. But
well, I think if you look at there, I believe. We should probably know this off the top of our heads. I think.
Well, Andy's not here with us.
Yeah, Fort Worth Arlington Heights is playing Killeen, and then because Fort Worth Arlington Heights beat Birdville. Yeah, there goes the inner city Fort Worth theory we were just talking about. But Ryder could, they'll play Killeen next round, and then they'll get the Midway Denton Ryan winner probably for that next week. So.
It all kind of figures that Ryder and Denton Ryan could have a rematch, and I think that would have to be played.
It would have to be played here because they lost the toss to.
That would be neat.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty neat Thursday night game.
Yeah, that was a great game, and Ryder really did a good job. They threw an interception right at the end, and we'd gone to overtime. And Denton Ryan's a really good team. They're a better team than Ryder, but Ryder almost. Took it from them.
They'll go into that game having confidence that they can win the game. I mean, it's not like last year. Last year, you kind of felt like when they beat them pretty good the first time, Ryder probably wasn't going to beat them in the state quarterfinals. So this year, you feel like him.
Do you think it's good to have a bye week, or do you think it's good just to keep playing?
Most coaches I talk to like it because they're worn out after district. Especially teams that had their bye week the second, third, fourth week of the season. So. You get to scout your opponent in person, which a lot of coaches like to do because you pick up stuff that you won't see just by watching film, and you probably have a couple guys that you'd like to get more healthy. So I know some coaches when they're on a roll they'd rather just keep playing, but I think the majority of coaches I talked to, like Coach Wolf and Coach Green this week, loved it. They were the two teams on buys last week, and they were happy they were on buys. So
I think it's kind of neat when you look to see that Notre Dame high school out here playing six-man football now in TAPS. Is 9-2.
Yeah.
And they're playing. They're in the quarterfinals. If they win their game and they're playing against Dallas Tyler Street, who's 4-6, you figure that Notre Dame, would be the favorite to win that game, and they'd be in the state semifinal.
Yeah, last year they got to this round, but they were a big underdog, and I can't remember how that game played out. But I mean, they lost, obviously. But this is the first time they've been in this round where they aren't an underdog. I mean, they're the favorite to win, and they've been playing really well. And I could be mistaken, but I think they have one senior on the team.
Wow.
So I mean, they're gonna be pretty good next week, and I think they're gonna have a real tough semifinal against maybe the team favorite to win it all. But they'll have a chance in that game. I mean, there's not such a discrepancy there. So that's pretty cool. And then our two-ways playing this week. Nakona's pretty neat. They're still playing, and they have a game they can win. Their offense is a big power run game offense, and when it gets on a roll, they can be kind of tough to stop. So.
I was reading you because Nakona girls are playing at 3 o'clock Thursday at volleyball.
Yeah.
In San Marcos.
Yeah.
And then the football team is playing in Tuscola. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, right outside that point.
Or it used to be the home of Colt McCoy when he was in high school. So how far is that from San Marcos?
I think I figured out it was, I want to say about 240 something miles.
Wow, it's still a pretty good haul.
You
leave, you go, and you play. I guess you go to the football game, and then you
have a night at least to rest. Last week they had to, because volleyball is Friday, Saturday, so they played at like noon on Friday. Went to that, then they had to get over to Springtown for a 7:30 Friday game, and then the volleyball played like noon on Saturday. So they made the drive to see both teams play on the same day last week, but it's a shorter drive. It's only a couple hours. This week they'll have the Thursday night to rest. What's really going to be tough if Nakona wins their semifinals, you got the 7:30 Friday game, so that 10, 10:30, 11 that wraps up. Well, volleyball's playing 11:30, 4 hours away. So you either, I guess, try to drive halfway into the night, or just crash in Fort Worth and get up, real early.
I think if I'm in the state finals, I think I just don't go to the football game.
But the football team doesn't get this far. I mean, this isn't like an every year deal. Maybe if it's holiday and you expect them to win this week.
What I would do is I would call Windforce and I say, what have you people been doing for all these last 20 years doing? Because they've had that same problem.
They've had that problem a bunch.
It's a nice problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. Yeah, it's good.
Any upsets you see here?
Not really. Holiday's gonna roll. Windthorpe's Monday, I think, wins. Electra has a chance. I think they do. This team brought 9-1. They've been killing people, but they haven't really played anybody. And
we saw Friendship 10-0 last week.
Exactly. And Electra last week had the same record as Hamlin, but they had played Monday and Windthorpe, and Hamlin hadn't played anyone that caliber. And it showed. I mean, obviously, Electra can give up 40 points. They expect to win this week, but they'll have a chance of winning. Nakona will have a chance of winning. Seymour can win. I think that's a possibility.
I think some of our people, our loyal readers, were probably surprised to see the 6-3A All-District team in the paper this week, but that's what the rules say. They're unwritten rules that once all your teams are eliminated in the playoffs, then you can run the All-District team.
Yeah.
So that's the reason they all got eliminated.
They all for the second year in a row.
It'll be a while before you see some of these other all-district teams in our paper, but as soon as every team in the district is eliminated, then we run the all-district.
Yeah, and I thought Burke played pretty well against Wiley. I mean, Bowie didn't play very well, and I didn't see the Graham game. I haven't talked to anybody about that, but I thought Burke, held his own. They had a chance. Chapin gets hurt.
Kind of pretty bad. I saw the highlights of that. That was bad.
They're within 4 mid-third, and then he gets hurt. And
Brent Lewis sure played well, without him.
Oh yeah, he played well all year, but they were just so one-dimensional, and Wiley's such a good defensive team. They just knew, okay, well, we'll bracket Curran, we'll drop the extra guys back, and if y'all can run, but they couldn't run, and so it was tough. But I thought Burke represented the district pretty well on Friday night. So.
Well, I guess we'll have a Thanksgiving show next week, right?
Sounds good.
Okay.